For the longest time, our economy has been running on a simple but, let's be honest, a deeply flawed idea. But what if there's a smarter way? A way to build businesses that really do more with less for way longer? Well, that's the whole idea behind circular business models, and we're about to dive right in.
And this slide, it just lays it all out, side by side. We are all so familiar with the linear model on the left. Take, make, waste. It's a one-way street, and we're starting to see where it ends. But the circular model on the right offers this elegant alternative, a continuous loop of making, using, and returning. It's a system that's built to regenerate itself right from the very start.
So, here's our game plan. First, we'll take a hard look at the problem with our current throwaway economy. Then, we'll get into the circular solution and its three core strategies, that's slowing, narrowing, and closing resource loops. And finally, we'll see why this whole approach isn't just about being green, it's about building a better, smarter business.
Okay, let's start with the system we all know, the throwaway economy. The whole thing is built on this idea of disposability. But by its very design, it's a model that just burns through finite resources and creates mountains of waste. And honestly, this isn't just unsustainable, it's inefficient and frankly, a pretty outdated way of thinking.
The circular solution, on the other hand, is a complete redesign. Instead of asking, hey, what do we do with all this trash, it asks a much smarter question. How do we design a system where trash just isn't a thing? That fundamental shift is everything. It turns these old linear value chains into regenerative value cycles.
And this quote right here gets to the absolute heart of the matter. See, circularity isn't some add-on. It's not about better recycling bins. The battle is won or lost at the design stage. The choices made on that initial blueprint determine pretty much all of a product's impact down the line.
So how does this actually work in practice? Well, we can break it down using a really simple but powerful framework from a pioneer in this field, Walter Stahel. It all boils down to three core strategies: slowing our resource loops by using things longer, narrowing them by using less material in the first place, and finally, closing them by using those materials again and again.
All right, first up, slowing the loops. And this one's probably the easiest to grasp. It is the complete opposite of planned obsolescence, that feeling you get when something seems like it was designed to break. This is all about designing products and systems that keep materials in use for as long as humanly possible.
So what does that mean? Basically, we're talking about business models that stretch out a product's life. This could mean making it super durable and easy to repair, or it could mean finding clever ways to use a single product more intensely so it serves more people.
And oh man, Fairphone is such a perfect example of this. Instead of selling you one of those sealed black boxes you can't open, they built a modular phone. You can literally buy a new camera or a new battery and just swap it out yourself. This commitment earned them a perfect 10 out of 10 for repairability from iFixit. I mean, when was the last time you saw that? It's a product designed to be maintained, not replaced.
But slowing loops isn't just about making things last longer. It's also about using them more. BlaBlaCar doesn't make cars, but its carpooling platform makes sure the cars already on the road are used way more efficiently, basically doubling how many people are in them. And the impact? Get this, a staggering 1.6 million tons of CO2 saved in just 1 year. That's huge.
Okay, so that's slowing things down. Our next strategy, narrowing loops, focuses on the very beginning of the process. It's all about resource efficiency, designing ways to get the same result but with less stuff from the get-go.
Right. So these models are all about being hyper-efficient. They're obsessed with minimizing all the things that go in, every drop of water, every watt of energy, every little bit of brand new material, while delivering the same or even better value to you.
A fantastic example here is Back Market. They've created this trusted global marketplace for refurbished electronics. By giving all these phones and laptops a second life, they slash the need for new manufacturing, which is incredibly resource-hungry. And the key here is trust. By offering a warranty, they make buying a refurbished phone feel just as safe as buying a brand new one.
And then you've got the product as a service model, which Rent the Runway just nails. Instead of their business being sell as many dresses as possible, it's get this one dress worn as many times as possible. Their whole success is built on returns, not sales. It completely flips the script from ownership to access.
All right, we've slowed the loop and we've narrowed it. The final and maybe most ambitious strategy is to close it completely. This is where we get to the really cool stuff, creating a truly circular system where waste is literally designed out of existence.
In these models, there is no end of life. The end of one product is just the beginning for another, the raw material for the next thing.
The loop between what comes out of the factory and what goes back in is completely sealed shut.
Now, before we go further, it's really important to get this distinction. Refurbishing, like we saw with backmarket, is about restoring a product's cosmetic condition. Remanufacturing goes so much deeper. It means taking a product completely apart and restoring it to its original functional equivalence, making it perform like it's brand new or sometimes even better.
And you can see this in action all over. Patagonia's worn-wear program is genius. They buy back their own used gear, fix it up, and resell it, keeping it in play. And how cool is this? Timberland teaming up with a tire company. I mean, talk about a perfect example of industrial symbiosis, which is a fancy term for a simple, brilliant idea. One company's waste becomes another company's valuable resource. Used tires become durable boot soles.
But if you want a true masterclass in remanufacturing, you have to look at Caterpillar. And get this, these guys have been doing this since 1973. They take massive worn-out parts from things like earth-moving equipment and restore them to a like-new, or often a better-than-new, condition.
And the results are just staggering. Just look at these numbers. Compared to making something from scratch, you're talking up to 90% material savings, 83% energy savings, and over 50% cost savings. This isn't just a nice-to-have green thing. This is a massive competitive advantage. So, when you put it all together, slowing, narrowing, and closing the loops, you start to see this incredible new picture emerge. This isn't about making some noble sacrifice for the environment. It's about building a fundamentally better, smarter, and more resilient business. And this quote just says it perfectly. Circular business models move sustainability from a feel-good side project to the absolute core of business optimization. Profit and planet aren't fighting each other. They're working together. It's simply a superior way to do business.
So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Just look around you right now. Your phone, your clothes, your chair. Which one of those things is just waiting for someone to come along with a circular idea and unlock its real value? Because the opportunities, they are absolutely everywhere.